Hey y'all, Chauncey Fam here, Dallas Fort Worth Realtor with Family Realty Group and EXP Realty, and I'm back for another vlog, y'all. So this is a little bit different. I'm not even in Texas. I am actually in Florida. So for Christmas this year, we decided to ditch the gifts, not buy the kids gifts at all, and instead surprise them with a trip to Disney World in Orlando. And so that is where we are. And coincidentally, I have an agent that joined our EXP network. She joined under me as her sponsoring agent at EXP, and she is here like in the Tampa area, so about an hour away. So we decided to do a meetup. So that's what today's vlog is going to be about. You guys are going to get introduced to an agent, Amina Stevens. She is phenomenal. She's a newer agent, you know, year or two in the business, but she's making waves down here in the Tampa area. Just want to talk a little bit about like why she joined EXP, why you know, she decided to join under me, what the network has done for her, how her experience has been so far. So yeah, let's hop to it. You guys are going to get to like see me meet her for the first time, because up until this point, you have to understand, we've only conversed through the phone, of course, a lot. We talk almost every day, text and social media. And that's how she actually found me, was through social media. She followed me on Instagram. I think we were like in a Facebook group or something. I don't know. We'll talk about that when she and I are together. But I am going to catch, candidly, our very first meeting. So come on downstairs with me. Check this out. Oh, yeah. Also, why didn't anybody tell me that Orlando weather and the humidity here kills weaves? Cause like, I don't know what's happening to my hair. And this was some expensive ass bundles. I'm just saying. Oh. And I'm meeting Amina. Hello. And there's Amina. Okay, so finally met up with Amina. She and I are actually out at the pool at the hotel. And yeah, I have pool hair. I have humid Florida hair from the last little clip you guys probably saw. My hair was all silky. It's not anymore, so just ignore that shit. So yeah, so we are going to talk today with Amina Stevens. She is a lovely, lovely agent that I sponsor out of the Tampa Bay area. She is fairly new, not really, I mean two years or so in the business, working at it full time, and she has done a phenomenal job down here with getting clients, building a great business. And she came over to EXP with me, when was that, October? November?
Yeah.
So yeah, so just like a month ago, and she's doing great. So I'm gonna let her talk. I'm gonna ask her some questions. Let's
ask
get that all over. Hey girl, hey.
Hi.
So yeah, we'll just do this like real informal, like, and just like talk. So
I think I have stuff on my face. You can we cut that part?
Can we edit that out?
No.
So first off, tell me, you decided to move over in November from Century 21?
Yes.
Right? And they had a brick and mortar location. I guess just kind of like, tell me like what made you start looking for a new brokerage home, why you eventually like chose EXP, why you chose to come under me at EXP, just kind of like go through that whole thing.
Okay, so my real estate journey started, I still have like makeup on my, guys, I can't make my YouTube debut. Alright guys, so I made my real estate debut probably back in 2017. I was a teacher, I used to teach high school, and I really wanted to get into real estate, so I just, you know, Googled how to get into real estate, and you know, I started coming across YouTube channels. I don't know, were you around at the time? 2017?
No.
Okay, so eventually, whenever she came on the scene, I started following her, I started following a few different people. I decided to get my license. I didn't activate it until like a year and a half or so later. So it took me a little while to kind of get into the game. But the reason why I kind of decided to activate my license, which means I can actually sell real estate, is one of my best friends was deciding to buy a house. And she told me, hey Amina, you know, I know you got your license, like sell me my house. And I was just like afraid, you know, I was twiddling my thumbs like, I don't know how to sell houses, I don't know what to do, because contrary to popular belief, real estate school does not teach you how to start real estate.
Right.
Dun-dun-dun. We'll talk about that a little bit more later. But, so I didn't know what I was doing at all.
That is so much truth.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing at all, but my friend was like, she's a go-getter, so she's like, Amina, sell me my house. So I must have blinked, and next thing I knew, she was under contract for 3 different homes with the same agent. She kept pulling out of deals, and she was on the ground running, trying to find a house. So the last home that she was under contract for, it didn't work out for some reason, and she told me that her agent pissed her off. So she said, Amina, you have a day to activate your license, or I'm getting a new agent and it won't be you.
No pressure.
And she meant it. As I told you before, she told me one day, I blinked and she was under contract for 3 different houses. So I was like, okay, this is my time. This is my chance.
Like,
so I did my real estate course out of like a real estate office. They just hosted the classes there through another company, but I just was like, well, that sounds like a place I could go. So I called up that broker. I didn't even meet him. I had never met that broker. I called him up and I was like, look, I have a deal that I need to do like today. And he was like, okay, that's what you need to do. So literally that same day, I joined a brokerage, and I even had some showings I need to set up because my friend was dead set. She was having a baby, so she was like, I need this house. So she was dead set on getting the house. I activated my license, and that weekend I was under contract for my first home. So I didn't really have a lot of time to investigate brokerages because I just needed to do a deal. But I noticed that brokerage was exit, and they're all independently owned and operated, so it can't be a reflection on all brokerages. But I felt like I loved the broker, I loved everybody there, but I didn't have people there that had that passion, that had that fire. A lot of agents there were in the business 10+ years. Guys, bugs are eating me.
Bugs are eating.
So there are a lot of agents that have been in the brokerage for like 10+ years, and they were just sitting back and getting deals, and I was like, how does that happen? It's kind of like magic. So I was like, this is not really the right brokerage for me.
It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic. It's called referrals that come over time.
Right.
But I just noticed that people there didn't really have that hunger, that fire. They weren't necessarily on the cutting edge of technology and real estate, anything. They were just kind of just doing business. So I was like, that's not the right place for me. So I switched around. I'm not gonna tell you the story about all my brokerages, but in like a year and a half, I switched around.
You're a brokerage hoe.
Yeah.
Brokerage hoe.
I'm that girl. Anyway, that's me. So I switched around brokerages. Like, this is my 4th brokerage in like a year and a half. So I was not playing around, but the biggest thing that I was trying to find was that place that I felt like was gonna provide me with value. One cool thing you need to do before you get into real estate is investigate YouTube, investigate the online, and figure out what it needs, what it takes to become a successful agent. And time again, every video that I was watching, eventually coming across Chauncey and different people, they're all saying like, the brokerage is not going to make you. Like, you make your business. So I really internalized that, and I was like, okay, what brokerage though is gonna at least add to that? Because I gotta split my money with them. So who's gonna support me? So I got recruited from one of my brokerages by Century 21. They found me on social media. Shameless plug. Can we put it here? Up here? Here?
You'll put it everywhere.
Yeah. Shameless plug. They found me on Homes by Amina. Again, that's Homes plural by Amina. And they found me, and that's on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. Go follow me. Homes by Amina. You got it. A whole like Homes by Amina. Okay. So they found me online, and they were like, oh my god, I love what you're doing on social media, yada yada, you'll be great for our brokerage. We're trying to tell our agents that this is what you need to be doing in the brokerage. So I met with them, I went to the brokerage, and I remember thinking, like, at that time I hadn't been with a huge name brand. I was with the boutique brokerage, I was with Exit, which is a big franchise but not as big as Century 21. I was with a few different models of brokerages, but I was like, you know what, I haven't tried like that Century 21, and all the agents here supposedly are successful, and it's this huge name. Let me see what it's all about. So I went over, I talked with them, and I found out that they had like a full-time videographer, and they had all this stuff, and I'm thinking that they're gonna be like, well, we got our girl, again, Homes by Amina. I thought that they were gonna take a personal interest in me, and they saw what was being successful in my business, and I thought they were gonna help elevate me. In addition to the fact that they do a lot of listings, and I just thought, let me give it a shot. And I did, and I gave it a shot, and I went from making 80-20 split to making 62%. So I was selling more houses than I did combined in all the other brokerages, but I was making less money. So I was like, hold on. So I told myself, I joined early in the year. So I told myself, okay, at the end of the year, I'm gonna take some time, and I'm going to really sit down and figure out, I'm a business owner, right? They always preach that at Century 21. You're a business owner. So I'm like, what business owner would stay somewhere that wasn't serving them? So So I sat down towards the end of the year and I was like, you know what? And nothing.
Can you make that noise again?
Nothing against District 21. I just felt like I was, like I said, I was selling more houses, I was making less money, and there was literally, everybody was so busy. There, like, people were there producing. So everybody was so busy doing their own thing that there wasn't a lot of time to focus on me. Like, not once did the people that recruited me come to me and say, hey, Amina, how are you doing? How's your business going? How can I help you? Not once.
Well, and that kind of, and I'm gonna stop you there because that's something that, like, I've talked about in my other videos, and what's so cool about EXP is the fact that the other models, the way that it's built is that and I say this to agents all the time. So okay, you join a brokerage thinking that brokerage is going to show you how to actually build a real estate business, how to go out and get clients, how to, you know, generate your leads and all of that. But the problem is that the brokerages themselves are running a totally different type of business than what the agents themselves are running. And so you're going to almost like the CEO of a company saying, hey, can you teach me how to be the top salesman, instead of going to the top salesman. And the problem is once you go to the top salesman, unless you join their team or they have some sort of financial interest in your success, they're gonna be like, Amina, like, why would I help you? Like, there's no help. And so that's kind of where EXP came in, and you can kind of like keep talking to that.
So yeah, I realized that I wasn't really getting much from District 21. As much as I love the office, I love the people, I just felt like it doesn't make sense to get better in your business and not be rewarded for that. Like, what business owner would be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that? You know, that wasn't really my style. So I was telling Chauncey earlier that because I used to be a teacher, I used to teach high school, and when you're in education, there's something called best practice. So best practice is, what are the things that you should be doing to make sure that you're going to be the best teacher that you could possibly be doing? So 9 times out of 10, you should be doing it this way, right? So I started, again, looking online, looking on Facebook groups, going on YouTube, and I started hearing people like Chauncey, people like all these other agents saying saying the same thing. You need to do this, you need to be this way, you need to be doing this. And then one by one, all of these different producers or different people that were running businesses like that I wanted to run, they started doing one thing, moving to EXP. So I say, hey, even if you don't want to move brokerages, you have to entertain the thought. You have to say, hey, what is the reason why top producers or people that are on social media, people that are, you know, attracting other agents and are personable and are social, what is the reason why they're going to EXP? And I was in all these Facebook groups, and I was initially like adverse to EXP because you feel like you're getting recruited, like, oh, I don't want to.
Sometimes you are, and sometimes it's not good, and sometimes the people don't have good approaches, but you know, they ain't me.
But I felt like, oh my God, I am. So initially I didn't want to do EXP because I was like, they just want to recruit agents, blah blah. But once I started seeing one by one, I mean, from all over the country, these different agents that had different business models but were successful in their own right were moving to EXP, I was like, I better take notice. So I remember, but before I even knew Chauncey went to EXP, I remember I went on her page because I remember, you know, I followed her closely, and I was like, what brokerage is she at? Let me just see what brokerage she at, because I'll go there. Like, maybe, you know, maybe that's somewhere I need to go. So the day that I was thinking about moving to EXP, because I had thought about it, and I was like, I was really considering it based off of what I heard, it became more and more attractive. So I went to Chauncey's page, and like that day, she had made the announcement that she was moving to EXP, and I'm like, that's it. That solidified it. Like, you know, I came to her page to see where she was at, thinking that I might go there, and then she moved to EXP, and I had already been thinking about it. So that's kind of how I got over to EXP. But one of the things, again, that attracted me is that so many of the agents that were running the business the way that I wanted to run my business were moving over to EXP, and I started to lose faith in the traditional brokerage model, because I was like, I'm paying all this money, I don't go into the office as much as maybe I used to, and if I'm in the office too much, I probably am not selling houses.
That part.
Ooh, that part. So there, you know, so I just started to say, hey, I want to plug myself into somewhere that the model is going to benefit me. If I can't rely on, I can't be breastfed by the broker, I can't be breastfed by a top agent in the office, where is somewhere that I can plug in that has a model that I feel like is going to align with, you know, how I want to do business, and is going to help me, you know, propel me to success. So that's kind of the journey, a very, very long journey that I'm sure she'll cut up. But that's the very long journey about how I kind of went over to EXP.
Cool. And so, how's it been like the things, because so the process, she sent me a message that day that she went on my page and I switched to EXP, and she was like, oh my god, glad you switched, and like this might solidify me going. So then she and I started kind of talking back and forth on social media. We ended up talking on the phone. We ended up texting each other. So a lot of the promises that I made during those conversations, would you say that has come to fruition, or is that all bullshit?
It's all bullshit. No. You know, it's come to fruition. The biggest thing about EXP is that you have to really plug in. So I always say, like, this is not the brokerage for somebody that wants to be spoon-fed. But if you're kind of fed up, you know what I mean? And you're saying, hey, like, I'm gonna take control. Again, best practice is that you're gonna drive your business, right? So if you wanna drive your business in the direction of success, EXP might be for you, because you can align yourself. That's the brilliant thing, is that a few months ago, Chauncey was just this, you know, spokesperson on YouTube that I was following and thought that she was really cool and had a really good business model.
Thank you.
And now I'm sitting next to her. Like, where else can you do this? So the cool thing about EXP is you can pick and choose. You can go and research EXP agents all over the country, EXP agents in your area, and you can say, who do I want to align with?
Right.
And guess who's going to be in your inbox?
And that's the most important part, right? Because again, we're talking about how the brokerage isn't going to save you. EXP is simply a platform that has now allowed all of these top producers and top agents that are running all different types of businesses, from people that focus on short sales and do hundreds of those a month, to people that run large, you know, super mega teams, to people that are more video centric and social media centric like I am. All types of models out there, and people that are excelling at their particular lane of business, and now you can join under someone, align with all 10, 15 of these people that are running different types of businesses that can pour into you all of their different specialties and help you build your business the way that you want to build it. And ding, 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 the cool part is they're not going to brush you off, because the more successful you are, the more money is going into their pocket and the more successful they are. So it's a really cool thing that you can kind of plug in at EXP, and it took me a while to kind of understand it, but you're basically able to take advantage of people that are in positions that you want to be in, that have built these businesses that you kind of want to mimic yours after, without actually having to join their teams, pay this huge split to them, but you're still aligning with them, they're still helping you, they're still sharing their resources, all because now they have a financial interest in your success. So I think it's cool as hell, and I think it's cool as hell that, like, we met on social media, and now we're like out here at the pool with frizzy ass weave.
We're business partners.
And we're business partners.
So I think that's beautiful. Again, to piggyback off of what Chauncey said, I was like, okay, so I can't really figure out, I don't want to go to 100, this is the thing, EXP is 100 brokerages in one, right?
Right.
I don't want to have to go to every office in the city to figure out, every franchise in the city to figure out where I want to be.
Right.
I can just plug into EXP, and there's so many people that are in my network that have different specialties. Like she said, short sale, video marketing, all these different people that I can, you know, that I can reach out to that can help me with my business, or I can just follow them closely and kind of see what they're doing. So I thought that was awesome. But the beautiful part about EXP is I feel like there's opportunity here that you're not going to get other places. And the opportunity is that if you go and join, let's say you wanted to go join a Keller Williams, can I say that? I can say that, right?
Yeah,
I could join a Keller Williams or a Century 21 or whatever brokerage, and you wanted to join a team, right? 9 times out of 10, if you're any type of go-getter and want to build your business, you're not going to stay on that team for long. You're going to learn what you can learn, you're going to get the leads that you can get, and then you're going to want to leave, right? So you got to uproot your business and maybe start your own team or start something else, right? And if you did start your own team, then the same people that are coming under you are going to want to do the same thing. Right. Learn, take what they can get, and then go on to making more money. Right. With EXP, everybody has the same split, and everybody has the same opportunity. So the very same thing that Chauncey's preaching about how she's building her business and how she can bring in agents under them and how they can take advantage of EXP, is exactly what I can do. Right. And that's my value proposition to anybody else that wants to join my team. So they can come under me and they have the same opportunity.
It's like a golden nugget.
It's a huge golden nugget. Okay, so I mean, if you've done any type of research when it comes to like retention of like employees in any just job,
it's opportunity.
They have to see opportunity. They have to see the opportunity for upward mobility. So even if you're thinking like, hey, I'm some peon, I haven't sold one house yet, I don't want to even think about bringing in 40 agents, 50 agents like some of these people have. Don't think about it yet. Just know if you come to EXP 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 1 year down the line, 6 months down the line, you can say, hey, I want to take advantage of the stock opportunity and purchase stock at a discounted rate. Or hey, I want to go ahead and cap, and then I want to, you know, start reaching icon status, and I'm sure Chauncey will talk about it in another video. I want to bring in agents under me and then help them build their team. I want to, you know, I mean, there's just so much that you can do.
Right.
So it's like I can just focus right now on aligning myself with a business where I'm automatically getting a pay raise because I took a pay cut to go to Century 21. I'm automatically getting a pay raise, and then on top of that, there's so much opportunity that when I so choose to, I can tap into those if I want. If I don't, the benefit to me is I love that I can just go into the world, and if I have a question, I'm not waiting on nobody. I go, where's my check at? Run me my money. We were just talking about this. I go to payment processing and I do that. Oh, I have a question for my broker. I go to my broker's room and I ask them, and they're standing around on staff.
Right.
Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. You go in and you handle your business and you leave.
Right.
A lot of times if you have to go to a brick and mortar office, you're waiting around. Or maybe, I'll be honest, like I've been to 4 brokerages now. This is my 4th. But different brokerages I had, a lot of times I just didn't respect most people in the brokerage. Like, so if I had a question, I didn't really want to ask them because I'm like,
you're just in the office playing hangman.
Right. So with EXP, again, there's so many different people that you can reach out to, so many people that are paid to talk to you.
Right.
In addition to, we have, Workplace, which is like a Facebook
It's
for EXP.
really cool.
And some Central 21 had it too, but I never used it. In EXP, I use it now.
Right.
I mean, and I'm a person of color. We have like a Black EXP network. If you're LGBTQ, there's a network for that. There's a network for people in Florida. There's a network. There's so many different
Like
networks.
An old
so
agents network, young agents
so
network.
there's diversity within the brokerage that I really like. That if you have somewhere that you identify with, you can go into those groups and you can take a part of those communities. They have events. They have, I'm in a group where we're called accountability partners. We have phone calls. They give referrals.
They legit give referrals. I've done a referral already in 90 days.
Yeah. So
I got from there.
You might be in the LGBTQ. Don't get mad at me. Okay, I just talk fast. I know how to say it. Okay, but you can go in that network, and then just because you're in that network and you're one of the only people in your state in that network, you can get a referral. So there's just opportunity that way. So there's so many different opportunities for you to plug into the brokerage and learn. And we're getting training not just from one person, not from one brokerage.
Right.
We're getting training from icons. These are people that are selling a really good amount of real estate per year, and they're showing you what they're doing in their business. Right. And it's not just your typical lunch and learn where you're sitting down eating a bagel. I mean, they're like, oh, video for social media.
Right.
How to prospect, how to do this. And then my favorite thing, we have KV Core. KV Core. I mean, I haven't even yet to utilize it, and I mean, I literally, you don't know what KV Core is. It's a CRM. Okay, so a client
and a website,
customer relationship manager, so you can keep all your database in there. It's a website. You can create like an unlimited amount of landing pages. So if you want to create an ad for people in a certain neighborhood and send them there, and then they sign up and it goes into your CRM.
Oh, it does automatic text messaging too.
I have a lead right now. She called me. I have no idea who she is. She's talking to me as if we talked before. I kid you not, this happened like last weekend.
Because KV
I'm like, I have no idea who this person is. And then I look down at my phone, because you do get messages, but I don't know, I must not have been paying attention to it. And I look down at my messages and I'm like, oh my God, this is who KV Core has been communicating with. And she thinks she's talking to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Cool.
So there's integration there. If you, in one click, if you want to run an ad to Facebook, Craigslist, all of that, you can run an ad in one click. If you want to pour money into lead generation, you can pour a little bit of money and they curate
for
everything.
SEO.
So that system is like $700, $800 a month alone if you're a single agent and you wanted to buy it on your own. You get it with EXP as part of your package.
$85 a month. Yeah, it's pretty
cool. So, there's just so many things. So one thing that Chauncey said that stood out to me, and this is kind of what solidified my decision, is that if you want to be the business, go to any of these other brokerages. If you want to build a business, EXP. There's just so many different ways to build your business. So I'll leave it at that. If she has any questions, I kind of rambled, and I'm sure, like I said, she'll cut down most of this, or maybe she won't. I have some good points.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really have, I feel like you just sold the hell out of EXP, like better than me.
Oh,
like,
I forgot one more
really
thing.
Good. What'd you forget now?
This is the brilliant thing. Do you guys know the power of what Chauncey is doing? Chauncey, let's go back to this best practice thing, so I can just, best practice right now is that if your behind is not on social media, you're losing out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say that again. If you're not on social media, you're losing out. Yeah. I've gotten business from people searching the tags in my area and just want to work with me, okay?
Legit.
So Chauncey is doing what she's already supposed to be doing, being on social media. And guess what? Because she's on social media, she's going to make money from me. I'm about to kill this, okay? She's going to make money from me, a lot of money. She's going to make a lot of money from so many different people that are going to align with her just because she's on social media and they saw her there. You're already doing it.
You're already doing it.
So she can, now she decides, I'm afraid of what happens when she decides she's going to pour even more effort into recruiting. Because right now, this is slight work.
This is slight work.
This is slight work.
It's just coming.
It's slight work. Now, when Chauncey decides she really wants to have a campaign to bring out behind the EXP, y'all better watch out. But how powerful is it that you, as an agent, are doing what you're already supposed to be doing? Posting on social media,
legit,
meeting with other agents. We just had a phone call with an agent that might join under us. I've never met her, and I've never met the agent that referred her to me.
And she's in Pennsylvania, and the agent that referred her is in
Virginia.
And
I've never met either of them. And I met the dude from Virginia a week ago on social media. And he said, you know what, I talked to Amina, she's awesome, she's with EXP, talk to her. So if this girl comes under me, again, there's an opportunity for us to both grow our businesses. And again, it's from what I'm already doing. So you know when you go to all those networking events and you're like, why am I at a networking event? There's just a bunch of different realtors here. Now, networking with realtors makes sense.
Makes you money.
It makes, so I mean, there's just, what Chauncey's doing is brilliant because like I said, she never met me 5 minutes before I reached out to her. And now all of a sudden here we are and I'm on her YouTube channel. I mean, what opportunity is it for me? I bet you I'm gonna get some followers. Homes by Amina. I bet you I'm gonna get some followers. I mean, there's just,
Homes by Amina.
You're doing what it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I even got an agent from my old office when I switched over. She switched over the day before I did, and I told her about it. She ended up moving under somebody else. That's another story. But the point is that I already got an agent to move the day before I even moved to EXP. So the goal with EXP is not necessarily to recruit agents. That's an added bonus. It's just the fact that I can do what I'm already doing in my business, which is be on social media, be talkative. I used to be a teacher and I love to collaborate, and I've gotten burned in the business from collaborating with agents that have tried to steal clients for me and have done some crazy things. And now it's like I can talk and I can be me and I can just talk about EXP and share how happy I am with the opportunity that it's giving me. And it might one day come back and bless my business. And it's reciprocal.
She's basically my commercial. So, and look, and get this. We didn't even know this. We both wear like color eyeliner. Look at that. Boom.
So yeah, that's EXP in a nutshell.
That's EXP in a nutshell.
If you want to compare your brokerage side by side to EXP, it's probably not gonna.
Or if you want to just talk a little bit more, figure out if you want to align with me or Homes by Amina, then there's going to be a link in the description box down below. Click on that link, choose Pick Chauncey's Brain, and it'll take you right over to me. If you want to talk to Amina, I'll get you in touch with Mina. And yeah, just click the link down there. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button so you can get notified for every time I have one of these other videos. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be in touch. So
see you next time.
See you next time. Peace.